Ready, Freddy.
Things that you did not know about Pong.
Pong.
So Pong was released on November 29th, 1972. And it actually was not the first video game. That title goes to a game called Computer Space.
Computer Space.
Computer Space.
Hitting it on the nose over
Clearly
there.
they used all their creativity on the name. It was released.
No one's going to play this game.
It was released a year before Pong, and it featured a rocket taking on flying saucers in a star field. Looks like a lot of games that were released back then.
Man.
So
Oof.
the game Pong was created by Allan Alcorn. He was a new developer at Atari. They told him when he was hired that he needed to create a game. And this was actually more of a training exercise to show that he would put in the effort, since when he was hired, he had very little experience. So this was more of a test, if anything. Atari soon realized how good the game was, and they ended up releasing it. And it ended up becoming the first successful arcade game, selling 8,000 machines in its first year.
Look how simple those controllers were.
It was a knob. It's just a knob.
It was a start button and then the knobs, and
that's
that's it. You could play yourself if you wanted to. That's what she said. But
I mean,
practice, ladies. It was practice.
it was also involved in the first video game lawsuit. Ralph Baer, who invented the Magnavox Odyssey, which, by the way, I cannot see or even say Magnavox without thinking of Magnetvox, which is the knockoff from The Simpsons. Remember? When they're like, they got all the best brands. Look, Sorny, Magnetvox. So Ralph Baer, who invented the Magnavox Odyssey, he felt that the game was too similar to the table tennis game that was on his console, and that case ended up getting settled out of court. Now, Atari loaned out the first prototype of Pong to a local bar, and within a couple of days, it broke down. You know why?
They spill their beer on it?
No. Too many people were playing the game, and there was an overflow of coins on the inside.
Oh.
So they realized they needed to either empty it sooner, or they needed to have a bigger bin for the coins because it was too many people were playing it.
All right.
And finally, did you know the mafia almost prevented Pong from ever existing?
They put a hit on the guy who created it?
Atari was having difficulty getting funding to manufacture it because banks were skeptical about loaning money to something that they deemed was too close to pinball, which at the time was associated with organized crime. Eventually, Wells Fargo came through with a line of credit.
You come to me on the day of my daughter.
And you want Pong money.